Hello guys, so welcome to our YouTube channel. So in this session we are going to start with the different types of concept related to the Salesforce, just like Salesforce object relationship, validation rules, page layout and record type. So before starting this session, please make sure that you have liked and subscribed my channel so that you can get the details about all the other video posted by me. Okay, so now let's start about the objects relationship in Salesforce. So mainly Salesforce have two relationships. So first one is the master data relationship and second one is the lookup relationship. So master data relationship is a type of relationship which we mainly known as parent-child relationship, where every child must have a parent. If any kind of activity, that means delete activity, is performed related to a parent, childs get automatically deleted. So such kind of functionality is implemented here in Salesforce by using master data relationship, where master record is considered as a parent and detailed record is considered as a child record. So for this, let's go by an example at how exactly it works. So here, as shown in the image, we have a property which the user wants to sell. So for that, we have received multiple types of offers, that is offer 1, offer 2 and offer 3. So obviously whenever the property is available to sell, the offers are valid. Once the property is sold or marked as sold, all the offers are automatically get deleted. So that doesn't make any kind of sense if the property is already sold and we still getting the offer. So such type of things gets occur in a Salesforce. So for that, we have built the master data relationship in objects called property and offer, so that if the property is getting deleted, offer must be deleted, and we are also have to make sure that every offer must have a property related to it. Okay, so now the another benefit or another thing you will get here in the master data relationship is that roll up summary fields. So roll up summary fields is basically some of the commonly used functions provided by the Salesforce. So it includes sum, mean, max, average. So such kind of aggregated functions work on the child basis. That means suppose a master has of 3 or 4 records, and if you want to perform roll up summary on that, so what you will do, you will apply roll up summary on a master. So if you have selected the functionality as sum, okay, so what you will do, sum of the field you have specified of all the child. That means here if you go with the offer amount, then if the offer one amount is $1,000, second amount is $2,000, third amount is $3,000. So on a property field, if you apply roll up summary on amount, so it will give you 6,000 by adding all the three things. If you select the max, so it will show the maximum amount. If you select the minimum, then it will show the minimum amount. So it will work like that. About the master data relationship, Salesforce has provided some restriction that an object can have master data relationship. That means an object can be maximum two master of two objects. It can be detail for multiple objects. That means suppose if we have an objects called car, okay, and if you wanted to relationship between car and account, so here car is work as a master account and account will be work as a child account. Okay, so now, and that means a car can establish some master data relationship with two objects. The first one is already occupied by the account, so it can have only one pending which he can establish with any standard or the custom object. So we can't have any kind of restriction or any kind of thing in that, but maximum 2 we can see. Okay, so now I am going to show you a small example where I am going to create a master data relationship. So for that purpose, what I did is that I have already created a custom objects with a car name. Okay, it have multiple fields like model name, number, price. Okay, so now what I am trying to do here is that I am trying to build a master data relationship between the car and the account we have. Okay, so now what I will do, I will click on the new. The same way we create the fields, the similar way the relationships are also going to works. So here you can see the master data relationship is there. Okay, so now when you click here, that means this object whatever on which we are creating, it will work as a master, and for the child we have to go with the account. If you have to perform any kind of activity, this same activity, or mark any detail object as a custom object, so you can get those detail all the related objects list here. Okay, but you cannot establish a master data relationship between the same object. That means car can be a master or detail can also be car, so it's not a possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the next. So now in the next window, what we are going to see here is that we have to provide the field name. Okay, what you can see here. So I can mark it as a related account. Okay, so that means account related to a car. Okay, so field label will be field name. Let me just correct. Okay, description, else you can specify anything. This is the relationship name which you see here. This kind of names can be used in inner query functionality or client tree. Okay, sharing setting. So sharing setting means here there are some as we know that Salesforce has mainly focuses on the security kind of thing, and that's why these two radio buttons are there. The first radio button, that means read only. Read only, that means allow user with at least read access to the master, create, edit, delete or related records. Okay, so that means the user will be automatically get the read access. Okay, allow the make the user as a read and write user to the detailed record. That means if the user don't have access to an account, he will automatically get read only access of this, and by read write it will make sure that it can able to do any kind of things related. Okay, it will look at the things related to the real object. So that means this is basic type of restrictions you have by using read only. That means master object, that means if a user trying to create a record on car, and obviously it will have a detail related to an account, so the account should have minimum read access or the read write access. So if you selected here as a read only, that means whenever user trying to create a record, he should have at least read only access, or when you are going to click here, that means the object will have read and write access that is necessary. So it's totally depend on your security model how you are trying to design it. Okay, allow reparenting is a child of checkbox we are having, which will help you to rearrange the or reparent thing. Okay, so now the next thing is the lookup filter. Okay, you can open this thing by clicking out here. So here the lookup criteria, that means as you are aware that whenever we are going to create a record, we are getting a lookup field there, and here from that you have to select some of the records. So that selection criteria you can also already specify so that you can read or get specific type of criteria. So that for that you can specify any kind of field on an account or an contact object, perform any kind of operator in that. You can specify the value by selecting the fields, and you can specify any kind of criteria about that as well. Okay, so now as of now I don't want to specify any kind of criteria, so I'm continuing with this thing. Okay, I'm going to the next. So next window we are going to see the okay I have cleared the spaces here, so that because field name don't have any kind of white characters. Okay, so the next one will be the access specifier thing, and next to that will be the page layout thing. Okay, so now once you have completed this thing, the master data relationship is successfully getting created. Okay, this is related list label we are having, so you can customize the label here itself. Okay, so now you can see here we have created a master data relationship with account, and this is how it will look like. So now what I will do, I will try to create a new record here on the cars object. Okay, so one more thing I wanted to use specify here explicitly here is that whenever you are trying to create a master data relationship between the two objects, okay, make sure that it don't have any kind of record already created. It will not allow you to create that thing. If you want to create such things, so you can make the lookup relationship first, and then you can convert it to master data relationship. So this is how you can sort out such kind of issues. Okay, how you can create a lookup relationship we can see in the next few slides. Okay, so now I'm going to create here model. For that I'm going to enter something for the price. I'm going to enter 45,000. Okay, for 7 lakhs. Okay, number of seats, there are 6 seaters. So related account, you can see this is a lookup we are having, and you can see all the accounts related to it. Okay, if you are not able to see any kind of account, you can create it here itself. Okay, so now what I will do is that I will try to select any kind of account which we see here. So now all accounts go. Okay, so now I'm going to select this account. Okay, so now in the lookup I'm going to select, okay, here it comes. So I'm selecting here and clicking on a save. Okay, now if you see here that in here you can already see a hyperlink is already getting created. So you can get all the details of you can see the related account details from here itself. Okay, so it will automatically click the account, and you can already see each and everything here. Okay, so now let's see, this is how we can create a master data relationship. So guys, now let's start with the lookup relationship. Lookup relationship is just a kind of relationship where the parent child, the same way parent child of relationship where parent is always required. Here the thing is totally opposite. Here where parent is not always required, you can say it like that. So you can consider parent is always, you can consider it as an optional. So even if in a master data relationship its parents is getting deleted, so child record is automatically get deleted, but in lookup such things are not getting happen. Okay, now about the limitation, we have 25 lookup fields we can create per objects, and if the roll-up summary functionality whatever we have available for the master details, it is not available for the lookup relationship. So guys, now let's start and try to create a lookup relationship here. So now I'm trying to create a lookup relationship in the same way we have created a master detail relationship or the other fields. Okay, and the new field I'm creating a lookup selecting lookup relationship here, as I want to create a lookup relationship with contact. So what I will do, I will select a contact here. You can select whatever the object you want. It can be a custom object or standard objects, so you can build a relationship with any kind of object. Okay, so now here I have to specify the details, is like contact details. This is description, this is the help text, this is relationship name. Required, that means whenever you are creating a record, okay, whenever you are trying to save the record, okay, so at that time it should always have a value. That means, so these things you might get confused in this thing. So it is just like that, whenever you are trying to save any kind of record, so which this field should always have a value in this. Okay, but even if whenever you have selected a record which suppose in in a contact, a record is already having a contact one is selected, and from back end contact one is getting deleted, and if you try to just refresh this record, then what it will do is that it will blank out or clear the field. Okay, it will not going to hamper any kind of record related to a car object. Okay, so it is like that. But whenever you are trying to whenever you are trying to edit or save the record, so at that time it will ask you that please select a value in the field. Okay, so it is kind of that thing. Okay, now the second thing is what to do with the lookup record is getting deleted. You can clear out the field, just as said you that it can clear the field, or it will don't allow you to delete the things. It is just like it will showing you a pop-up where it will show you that this record is already getting a part of the another relationship in XYZ object. So it's kind of information it will show you, so you can select it accordingly. About the lookup filter, that means whenever you will select a lookup relation, if icon similar like this will happen, which will show you or open you the fields or records related to an object. In our case it will show you the records related to a contact object, so you can select the contact in that and you can try to save it. But it might be a chances that you want to specify or provide any kind of specific list of contacts which is some criteria. So you can specify such criteria, just like account name where email address is not null, so only the account which is having valid email address or email address enter will be shown here. So it is just like work like that. Okay, so now I don't want to have any kind of criteria, so I'm not going anywhere putting anything here, but you can select it accordingly. Okay, so now you can select go to the next. Okay, here you can see the field history of field security related to the all the profile. You can select or deselect whatever the profiles you want to have the access related to the fields. Okay, whatever the profiles which is having checkbox checked will have access to this field, other profile will don't able to see it. Okay, so that means gold partner user is not able to see this field. Okay, you can mark the some fields as a read only for some profiles, whatever you want. Okay, so now the next thing is whatever you see is a page layout on which you so I am going to enter contact here or add it in the car layout here, car layout, page layout. So now the related list label, as we are aware that whenever you are seeing any kind of record, so in that record we will see the related list related to it, so that we will get a small information about the related record whatever we have selected in the particular field. So in that, what the label you want to select. Okay, so for that it will select. Now I will show as a car as of now, so I will make it as it is. You can select a contact as well here. So now whenever I'm trying to create a new record, you will see two different fields. Okay, you can see this field is required. That means this is as this is a master data relationship, you always specify the master data, that's why it is required. But for contact, you can see there is not required field. That means you can specify any kind of contact according to that, or you can't say if you don't want, you cannot specify it. So I'm going to enter or try to create a new record here. Okay, 6 will be 6. I'm going to enter, select any kind of contact. So I'm selecting it. A related account I selected. For the contact, I will select any kind of contact. Okay, and try to save it. Okay, so now if you see here, this is the master data relationship. Okay, and this is a contact we are having. Okay, so this is how the record totally looks like. And as I previously told you that about the filters, after clicking on the values here, you can see lots of, there are two options, team Barry and team relay. Those are the contacts who I have in my instance. But you if you specified any kind of particular any kind of criteria in a lookup filter, so only those related records will be shown here. So it will work like that. Okay, so now this is how the master data relationship and lookups work. Okay, so now let's continue with our session. Now next thing is the validation rule. Validation rule is basically a rule which will make sure that you are going to enter a specific data. That means invalid data is not allowed. If you want to cross check before saving the data that if it is having all the data entered is correct format or not, and if the user haven't entered data, then it will show you a message accordingly. So this is how a validation rule prompt will look like. So it will be like this. It will be the first thing will be the rule name, second one will be the criteria on which you want to apply the rule, and third one will be the message for this. Okay, the check syntax will check the whatever the criteria you have specified, it is correct or not. Okay, so it is just like that. Okay, so now in this session we were trying to create a sample validation rule where if the price entered is less than 1 lakh, then it is not going to allow it. Okay, so now I'm going to create a validation rule on price field. So how I'm going to create it? So now I'm going to specify the new name as price should be greater than 1 lakh. Okay, description will be the same as I don't have made it clear. So now here I can select the field here. Okay, so as I have to perform the activity on a price field, so I will select the price here, click on insert operator, perform the activity accordingly. If the price is less than 1 lakh, okay, then I'm going to check the syntax whether whatever the format or whatever the formula I have entered here is correct or not. Then this is how the message is. So price should be greater than 1 lakh. Okay, so now onwards, if I'm going to create any kind of record with the price as the less than 1 lakh, so it will show you the thing. So this is how the validation rule looks like as the state is active. So here you can check the thing. Okay, now what I will do, I will try to create a new record again here. So here in new record, I will Baleno price as, let's try to enter less values, 70,000, number of seat as 4. I'm going to select sorry need to check any kind of valid account first. Okay, it means check any kind of account. So S4s we are having, so I'm selecting S4s here. You can select it as per your requirement. Okay, contact can be anything, whatever you want. And here, okay, so now as per our validation rule, it should show a message if the value entered is less than 1 lakh rupees. So now we're trying to save the record. Now you will see that it will showing a validation message that price should be greater than 1 lakh. So if we are trying to enter any kind of values greater than 1 lakh, then the message is not gonna work. So it is basically making sure that whatever the data you are trying to enter is in a correct format. Such kind of rule works on any kind of operation, just like creation and updation the record. Okay, so now about the validation rule, we have the different types of positions where we can show the message. As in the previous way, it was showing here in the top. Okay, so I just show you again. See, the message looks like here, but if you want the message should be specific to the fields or shown next top to the fields, you can just check the checkbox here. Okay, it is about the price field and try to save the record. So that means whatever the error message will look or where the message will show will be on above the price field. Okay, this record is getting saved. Okay, now I'm just trying to save again. So now you will see the position is totally getting changed. Look, error, price should be greater than 1 lakh. Okay, similar way I will do thing. You can specify the criteria, whatever you want, or message can be customized as your requirement. Okay, so now this is how the validation rules work like. If you don't want to this validation should work, so you can directly edit and make it inactive, so such kind of validation will not work. Okay. So now the next thing is page layouts. Okay, so page layout are basically the order or the way you want to show the fields to the users. Okay, so page layout is mainly categorized into 3 things: page layout, mini page layout, and search layout. So let's first know about the page layout. Page layout, that means whatever the fields you are going to see here, you can order or rearrange it accordingly. Okay, so if you can see here, here in this page itself we have multiple fields placed, just like in property name, description, type, builder, owner, area. So this is how the field on actual UI looks like. If you want to configure or rearrange the field, you can edit this particular page layout and specify the field in that order whichever you want. Okay, you can add different types of separators or perform any kind of different type of things. You can have the multiple options, just like to add a button, quick action, lightning action, expandable lookups, related lists, reports as well. You can add anything whatever you want related to an account. Okay, related to an object. So now let's try to create or customize and page layout for this. Okay, so now what we did here, what we do is that if you see here, as of now we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 fields. Okay, so now the 6 fields are taking too much space, so let's reduce the amount by making or placing those fields in a 2 other things. Okay, two column. So now, okay, so now let's go to the object first. In the objects we have this section called page lookup, page layout, where the layout will be present, existing layout will be there. You can configure different types of layouts according to different user, different profile. So it's totally depend on you how you wanted to show it like. Okay, so now what I will do is that I will just edit the thing. So after clicking on edit, what it will do is that it will show the existing layout whatever you are having, and you can change it accordingly. Okay, so now we have the 6 fields here. So whatever we are seeing the fields here, the same way we are seeing here. So now what we will do, let's push some fields next to each other. Okay, I'm just trying to you can preview them as well for a particular profile if you want to do such thing, or you can save it. Okay, now I'm just quick saving, marking as in save. So this is gonna save the layout for the profile which you have done. As of now I did it for all the profiles, so it is gonna work for all of them. So see carefully. Now previously we have all the 6 field in one line, but now it is getting split in 2 types. Okay, now in a layout itself we have the different types of features, just like we can add the separator, we can categorize the field. Such kind of thing can easily add it. That means what I wanted to do here now, the contact and the, okay, we have the related account as well. Okay, so let's separate the thing. So what I will do, I will create a section here which will name as billing details. Okay, so this kind of section will be related to header on detail, edit page, layout should be the 1 column or 2 column you want. Tab key orders will be just like whenever you click on the tab, how should it go. It is just like that. It is that much simple. So what we'll do, You will just drag and drop both the fields here. Okay, it's that much simple. You can place it here, or if you want you can place it below that as well. Okay, so now I'm again trying to save these things. So now what you will see is that you will see the if you just refresh the record, you will see a new separator is getting created, or new section is getting created with both the fields. Okay, now here billing details is there with the account, and contact details is there. So guys, now let's continue with the mini page layout. So mini page layout is basically a page layout where you will get a list of the fields which whenever you hover on a record link present on an recent item thing. So you have seen here in the image, whenever you are going to open the record, Salesforce will show you some of the recent items there. There you will see the multiple objects or whatever the records you have accessed or visited previously. On hovering on that, what are the fields you want to show in that. So such kind of fields is presented, or such kind of field details are presented in the mini page layout. Okay, so you can just see such field layout here itself. You just need to open the edit page layout. Okay, now here the mini page layout is there. So you can see as of now there are 4 fields are there. So now what I will do is that I will select any kind of a car record. Okay, here we can see there are totally 4 fields are there. So what I am trying to do is that I will add one more field here. We don't have related contact here, so we will just try to add here contact name as well as car name. Okay, you can also decide the order in which it wanted to show. Okay, so now you are going to select the thing. Okay, now try to just check it again, refresh the page. We haven't saved it, so firstly we have to save it actually. So after saving it, you will see the detail or the better or newly updated list here. Okay, see, you have the contact here, we have added the model name, car name itself. So this is how the mini page layout works actually. Okay, now the next thing it will be the search layout. Search layout will basically a layout whenever you search and record. So what are the fields should be shown as a part of the search result. So it is just like if you have search any kind of car name, so what are the fields next to that will be shown as a type of result. So you can search the record anywhere from the Salesforce search layout. Okay, so now what we will trying to do is that we will try to search for this car name. Okay, we click here, going to do enter. So now you will see we have one search result as a car 001, but we are not able to get more details about the search result. So if you want to add such things, you just click on the edit here, add extra field whatever you want. I will add the model name, its price, its account. Okay, and you can rearrange the things as well whatever you want. Okay, and then try to save this thing, and then just refresh the page. And after that, whenever we search with the new updated record, you will see the newly added fields as per the order in which we are going to search. Okay, so now here you are going to see the model name, price, and related account, which was not there in the previously. So this is how the records work actually. Search thing. Hello guys, so now let's learn about the record types in the Salesforce. Record type is a feature provided by Salesforce. It's basically related to an object where if you want to filter out some of the pick list values depending on a profile, so you can work it accordingly. Okay, so that means suppose we have a pick list value called number of locations. So number of locations can be 1 to 100 anything, but depending on some profile, if you want to specify a particular value to them only, that means a senior manager should have 100 locations, junior should have only 10 locations. So such kind of values or such kind of pick list restriction you can perform here by using record type. Okay, so and also you can configure the different types of layouts as well using the record type. Okay, that means if the record type of that value of that record is that XYZ, then the values the fields will be rearrangeable like that. You can add or remove the different types of fields basis on the record type itself by using the page layout. So I just wanted to show you a simple demo where we will create a record type using different kinds of things, different records. Okay, so now what we are having is that I'm trying to do, we have a pick list value called number of seats. If you can see here, for the number of seats we have two different options are there. Okay, sorry, number of seats we have the two options just like 4 and 6. Okay, so now what I will do is that I will go on a car record, click on new. You can see for that for me we have the two values as of now, 4 and try to create 4 and 6. You can create a record with both of them. I will show you by creating with this. Okay, 68. Okay, Dixon. Okay, save this. Okay, so you can see by the 6 I have already created, but now whenever we are going to create the new record type, so it will not show you me the next 6 value. Okay, so now let's try to create it. So here I'm going to create a new record type. Here I will create a 4-seater record type. Okay, so now that means for this record type only 4-seater values will be already there. Okay, description will be there the same. Okay, as I just wanted to this record type should be work on system admin only, so I'm just selecting the system administrator. Okay, try to creating the next and selecting the different types of layout for different profiles. Okay, so I just wanted to make it as it is, so I'm not changing anything. Trying to click on the save. Okay, so now the record is already getting created. So after creating the record type, it will show you the all possible pick list value related to this object. As I just have a one pick list, so it is just showing me the one. Okay, so what I will do, I try to edit the pick list and it will show you what are the selected values we are having. So we have the 4 and 6. That means for this record type, these are the two pick list values gonna show. So now what I want, I just want us to make sure that for administrator only 4-seater cars will be there. Okay, so I'm just selecting it and deselecting sorry. Okay, fine. Okay, that means for available value we are 6, selected value we are 4. Okay, so now we are trying to save this thing. Now here we just try to refresh this page, click on new, and we can see only 4 here. Previously we have the two values are there, 4 and 6, but as of now we can only able to see 4. Why? Because as of now whatever the user which I am logging, which is having the profile as a system administrator, that's why it is not allowing me to do this thing. Okay, sorry, I will just show you this thing here. Okay, you can see my profile is system administrator and I have changed or make the record type as if the profile is a system administrator, then it should only show the 4-seater values. Okay, so now what I will do, I have tried to show you a demo of once again where I will remove the 4 and make it as a 6. Okay, click on save again and we are trying to create or refresh the page again and we will see only 6. You can also remove both the values if you want, so it's totally depend on how you want to configure the things. So basically the purpose of this is for an administrator profile, user can select a particular values only. You cannot able to select any other value according. So it's just like picking a restriction or making sure that some of the functionalities should not be available to the users. So it is so simple and it is you can use in your scenarios as well. So guys, so that's all for the today guys. In today's session we have learned or covered different types of points, just like objects in a Salesforce, relationships, different types of record types, search layouts, and these are all the things. If you have any kind of doubts or questions, please let me know. You can mention these questions in a comment. Please let me know how you like the video. Any kind of suggestion from your end is always welcome. Please always make sure that you like this video, subscribe and share this with your friend so that I can make more and more videos. So that's all for today guys. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.